Hello, I'm Angela Aurora. Welcome to the Oracle Book Series. Here you'll find interviews with our authors and lots more. We hope you enjoy the show. If you do, remember to click subscribe and share on socials. Hello and welcome to this edition of the interviews with the Intuitives Oracle authors. I'm Angela Aurora Medway-Smith. I'm the lead author and the human who's been tasked with bringing these beautiful books into the world. And I'm so excited to introduce you to Lissen, to Korinna, and to Deeanna, who are three of our incredible author cast from the US, from Denmark, and from Australia. So we are really covering the whole of the world. The Intuitives Oracle is the book I wish I'd had in my hands 40 years ago when I had a rather abrupt spiritual awakening. It's a book that can help you understand what's happening to you when you begin to switch on your intuition and your clair senses. It's a book that can help you develop your intuition, your clair senses, and your connection with the divine, your connection with other realms and all that there is. And I'm so excited. It's packed with wonderful practices and inspirational stories. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Lissen Roach-Pitcher. I know I've said that wrong, Lissen. So you can tell people the correct spelling, pronunciation in a second if you wish.
Oh,
So
my name. Was it my surname you said?
your surname, yeah.
What care?
Roach-Pitcher. I was pretty good. So Lissen is a soul-led writer. She was a medical doctor and she's an art therapist whose work invites others to reconnect with their inner faith and wisdom. She's deeply inspired by nature and poetry and shares tender reflections that heal, awaken, and gently guide hearts home. So, welcome, Lissen. Would you like to tell our listeners about your chapter, my darling?
Yes, please. My chapter is number 7, and it's called Finding Your Path, The Art of Surrender. In 1988, I had an experience that changed my life. I worked as a doctor at that time, and my husband had just left me and our two small children. I ended up with surrendering by having a nervous breakdown and was admitted to a nerve sanatorium. Here I received what I call the white light. And I received it during a meditation. I believe this is the strongest way you can feel the presence of God. Yes. Since then, I have been longing for feeling the connection to the divine. And this longing has led me to a certain place in the south of France, where I get in contact with a past life as a wrong believer, a heretic. I was killed by the Crusaders then, and here I surrendered to my fate without resistance. Maybe I was supposed to get in contact with this incarnation to help me surrender in this life. I also tell the reader about how I suddenly find myself standing in front of a tunnel, which I didn't know the existence of in real life, but which I painted 6 years earlier. and my chapter is full of such stories. I tell about many of my spiritual experiences from France and elsewhere, and I also tell the reader about the Brazilian trance medium Florencio and his painting sessions where he lets deceased painters paint through him. I have had many strong experiences during these sessions too. And that was all for me now.
Yeah, thank you, Lissen. It's a fascinating story, and you recount it so beautifully. So tell the readers about the practice that is shared in the book, Cariad.
Yes, and that is a bit more difficult, but because I can't tell you about the practice in the book, because it's not my version. But I can tell you that I have put a suggestion to a meditation on my Facebook page, The Magic of Life, a meditation that I did at a time where I had to do some work, but I wasn't able to succeed, although I tried a lot of times. In this particular situation, I sat down to meditate, but I didn't choose a specific meditation by my will. It happened all by itself. I suddenly found myself hanging on the cross. I was in great pain. I felt that I couldn't escape, that I couldn't fight, that I was completely out of the game. I could only surrender to my fate. But then what happened was that Jesus entered me, and in that way, the painful pain was mixed with the sweet pain, and I found myself in contact with the divine space where the worldly pain and frustration becomes irrelevant. It is important to surrender when you can't do anything to change your situation. But in this modern world, I believe it is difficult for people to do so. It is surely difficult for me.
Thank you, Lissen. Thank you. I mean, it's wonderful, as well as the practices that everybody shared. So many of our wonderful authors have gifted us meditations and gifted us so many riches from their Facebook and their websites, and their online platforms. So thank you so much, Listen. Thank you for being part of this beautiful book. And yeah, all the way from Denmark.
Mhm.
So I'm going to come to Deeanna next. So let me tell you about Deeanna Mertz-Nagel. So Deeanna is a licensed psychotherapist and certified aromatherapist. She teaches and mentors practitioners in blending intuitive aromatherapy with psycho-spiritual practices. She's the author of Intuitive Aromatherapy, Essentially Soulful Practice, and she integrates depth, in-depth psychology, energy work, and soulful guidance into her courses and consultations. So, welcome, Deeanna. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's very early in the morning for you there in the US.
Yes, I moved
Bless you.
forward. Mhm.
So, tell us about your chapter, Cariad.
Mine is chapter 16, Messages from the Scented Realms, Aromatics as the Oracle, which is just one snippet of the beauty of essential oils. But I really just write about how scent and aroma became a portal for me to my own spiritual awakening. We all have different experiences, and for me, the sense of smelling or olfactory really opened me up. And so in the chapter, I talk about a few examples of how scent came to me as both memory and influence, and also a way of journeying with me through. One of the first experiences I had was with Saint Bernadette. I didn't really know, I knew of her, but I didn't know her story. And
Mm.
in the book, I talk about getting this incredible aromatic, like almost flush of rose. So powerful that I thought it was an artificial spray. Like, oh gosh, what has somebody done? Um, but that wasn't it. It was actually Saint Bernadette showing up. And through a series of synchronicities and finding out more about her, I realized she was one of my guides. And in another instance, it was the essential oil of lemon that as soon as I opened the bottle, I sensed my grandmother, who has since passed.
Mm.
And she was from Greece. So citrus and lemons were very, very big for her and very big in my life as a child. So that was the kind of moment that told me that she's one of my guides. So, and it's not just about who your guides are. If you know anything about real estate, they'll say if you're going to sell a house, make sure you're baking bread or cookies because
Mhm.
aroma is so powerful. It's so attached to like almost an automatic recalling of something for most of us.
Yes.
So my chapter's really about how the essential oils became a powerful messenger for me, became the oracle. I'm a big fan of oracle cards. Um, I'm a big fan of receiving downloads, intuitive downloads. And then I discovered that the oils do the same thing, and that was very powerful for me. So that's a quick summary of the juicy bits in my chapter.
Thank you. And, I know lots of people are going to relate to this. In particular, I mean, I've had so many experiences with essential oils, so many experiences with spirit and scent that, I mean, I could talk all day. I could
Yeah.
talk all day about it. And I absolutely loved your practice.
Oh,
Tell the
thank you.
readers all about, tell the listeners all about it.
So the practice is really one that I kind of stumbled on. I didn't like just think, okay, now how do I do this? I literally, when I started using essential oils, I had a big glass bowl with all my oils in it. After a while, the glass bowl didn't hold all my oils. So, but when I would have a glass bowl beside my chair in the morning as I was drinking my coffee, and I would just choose three, like intuitively, put my hands in the bowl. If I felt heat or just felt called to a certain bottle, I would choose it. And sometimes I had no idea what the oil was for. Or it may be like eucalyptus, which is a lot of people connect that to respiratory, but there are also some emotional properties and spiritual properties to the oils. So I got my little reference book out and started looking at the meaning of the oils. What does the universe want me to know today? And lo and behold, I would get this beautiful message. And then I would put it in the diffuser and smell it all day. And the scent became an anchor to the oracle message. So, from that, I learned that if I paired an essential oil with an intention, if I used that same oil every time, I connected a memory to it. There's a scent memory there. So for instance, on the new moon, when we manifest, I use the oil blend abundance. And that's the oil blend I use every time. Full moon, I use release, which are blends put out by a company that they're already named for the purpose.
Mhm.
But that's just an example. And then in the book, I also give some oils that you could use for each chakra to anoint yourself. And there are many ways to anoint, but you can literally use the oil, dilute it, of course, and put it on your third eye, put it on your heart. So I always start these little talks with geranium, and I put it over my heart because geranium is about joy.
Geraniums are one of my favorites, and it's I have some on the side next to me here, next to my diffuser. It really is one of my favorite. It's so uplifting. It's so delicious. I mean, I work with oils. I work with oils myself. I channeled alchemical aura mists that fit the frequencies of the divine rays and sacred flames that I work with. So yeah, and I use chalice well water with those to dilute them. So the chalice well in Glastonbury in England is basically sacred spring. And so the vibration, the vibration of the oils, the vibration of the spring water, and there's so many things that we can do with these amazing allies. I mean, plant allies are incredible. Oh, thank you so much for being part of this beautiful book, because we're talking about plant allies now, which leads me directly into Korinna. And Korinna is all the way from Sydney in Australia. And let me tell you a little bit about Korinna. So, Korinna Zoya Hunter is an intuitive healer and poet from Australia, and she's passionate to assist you with her amazing tools. She's an incredible channel of nature and weaves it creatively into her healings and guided meditations to bring deep healing and clarity. Welcome, Korinna, and thank you so much for being part of this beautiful book. Korinna has written before in the Oracle series. She wrote in the Energy Healers Oracle. And so she's multiple #1 best-selling author, as is Deeanna, with lots of different books by their names. So Korinna, welcome, welcome, welcome. Would you like to tell our listeners about your chapter, my darling?
Yes, thank you, everyone. It's a joy and a privilege to be here. And so my chapter is chapter 13, and the title is Source, Heart, and Nature Aligned. I only started channeling about 8 years ago. It just came, spontaneously, when I was in the kitchen washing my dishes. And then I had this encounter with the huntsman spider, which I felt the giant spirit of the huntsman spider standing before me. This was right in the, this was actually before I started channeling. And then one time I was talking to the spider, and in this ancient language, some people call it light language or talking in tongues, but it's just was an ancient sacred language. I'm thinking, why am I talking to this spider? It doesn't even understand me. And then fast forward, then I went to my natural therapist, happened to be a channeler, and then she goes, "Oh, you wouldn't guess what I have here with me. I have a giant, spirit animal, was like the spider, and had the message for me that I connected with the spider kingdom." And then I was like, okay, so I can, and then I just I tuned into nature, like I set intention to connect with a flower, and the first flower that I channeled was a dandelion flower. And so that was, and then was the mushrooms, the trees, and before you knew it, I was channeling everything, including the angelic room as well. But I really felt very passionate about channeling nature, because I just learned so much about the different quality aspects of the different flowers, the trees that I channel. There's so much that we don't know about them. Like I found, like, even though I've got a lot of oracle decks and I also used them as a tool, but I found that I didn't have that depth of information that I wanted. And because every time when I tune into a flower, when I channel down one flower, I picked this vast, huge information. I could see the vast potential. Like each flower wears different hats, not just there what you normally can Google, like the symbolism behind a flower of how or what it's anciently known and used for, but I could go beyond it. It's like when I channel, like I receive the downloads and I feel the flower talking through me. I feel the story through my body. And so hence my chapter is about using your body as the main tool to interpret, like trusting your intuition, your felt sense, what sensations you're feeling in your body, and in your claircognizance. So I just because I found I was able to perceive so much information just using my body as a tool to receive information, feeling its story flowing through me, and then I could get the personality of the flower and its message, and which ways it can heal and support, guide us. And so I think it's very important for us to co-create with nature around us, because the trees, all the nature around us has consciousness. They're all aware of our presence. If we step into a forest, every tree knows our presence, just like all the animals knows our presence. And they're all co-creating with each other, just like the mushrooms all support the trees, all work in partnership, a beautiful network. And we're part of that beautiful network of nature. So it's like respecting all the nature beings, not seeing ourselves as superior to the trees or to the plant, the animal kingdom, because we all are meant to co-create with each other. And so in my chapter, I show you techniques in how to, for example, connect with your body, like such as for your feet. There is a small poem which I shared about the story, the tale that I felt of the feet, and there's so much more I want to share and write in the chapter, but I had to just there was so much I wanted to share, but with the limited space and being conscious of but then just it's a practice to help you to get into your body and to feel the wisdom of your feet, of your bones, of every part of your body, as it all has a story to say. And if we really listen to our body, we can pick up what it's trying to tell us, and also just use your body to help to perceive, decode all the downloads information that you receive. Okay.
I mean, I know you're going to inspire people to be that conscious channel, Korinna. And your practice is deceptively simple, but in that simplicity, really powerful. I mean, I've got to say at this point, I've known Korinna a few years now, and I've been completely blessed to receive the downloads. Sunflower, oh my goodness. So you channeled sunflower. I have never ever felt an energy as light as the sunflower. And I channel the Ascended Masters and Archangelic realms. And I work with oils, I work with plants and animals and every realm. But the sunflower energy was so divine, so beautiful. I can highly, highly recommend tuning into some of Korinna's work, because like all channels, we channel what you need, you know. And I really, really want our book to inspire people to actually look at all of the different ways that they can reach to the divine and receive these incredible gifts, and use them on their own spiritual journeys, on their own intuitive development journeys. So thank you for joining the Oracle, um, joining the Oracle book once again, Korinna. It was such a pleasure to have you back writing. So I'm going to circle back now to everybody and ask you to tell me what's the one key takeaway you'd like people to have from your chapter. So I'll come to you first, Lissen.
Yes, the most important thing that I would give to the reader, it must be to know that you are good enough, you are loved, you don't have to strain yourself, because when you do that, you can't get in contact with the divine. So you have to surrender and listen to what comes to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bless you. Thank you so much. And that's a really, really good message, a really important message. Bless you. So, Deeanna, the same question.
Anybody that knows me knows I say this all the time, but I was told many years ago when I was introduced to essential oils, use the oils every day in every way, and they will make a difference. And that has been true for me. So I encourage people to just, if you've never used essential oils, experiment. Of course, read safety issues, etc. But be safe with them, but use them every day in every way, and pay attention. Pay attention to the synchronicities. Pay attention to the scent memories. Start a journal. And then pay attention to other fragrances around you, whether it's in nature or in the grocery store, because you will begin to discern the ones that are calling you.
Thank you. Bless you, Cariad. And Korinna.
Remember, I want everyone to remember that your body is the oracle. Trust in your innate wisdom. Trust that you are a capable channel, that you have all the tools that you already need, as it's all within you. And practice talking to a tree, a plant, or flower, and just intuitively, just get your pen and paper, write what you intuitively feel, or you pick up from that flower and that tree. Don't filter it, and just practice in channeling, downloading information from the trees and that, and just trust in that you'll get the right message. Trust in what comes through. Just completely surrender it. And believe me, I even struggle sometimes with surrendering. But trust that you are more than capable of being that channel that you desire to be. It's all within you. So practice, have a walk with nature, talk to nature, write down what comes to you.
Thank you, Korinna. And yes, the nature spirits can be some of our greatest teachers. Absolutely incredible messages. So I'd just like to tell you, lovely listeners, how to grab a copy of our book. So we're publishing on Amazon on the 11th of November 2025. And you'll also be able to find our book on other digital book purchase platforms and library apps. We'll have it available in paperback with online booksellers, not just Amazon. So Waterstones in the UK, Barnes and Noble, Walmart have even picked it up in the States as well. And our audiobook will be available shortly afterwards. I don't have a release date yet. It's always a few weeks after our paperback book is out. But if you'd like to find out more about the Oracle books, we have a Facebook group for Oracle book readers, and I'll put, as well as all the information about our beautiful authors today in our show notes, I'll make sure that the link to our Facebook group so that you can keep in touch with them and you can hear all the news about the Oracle books. So thank you so much for listening. We are so blessed that you're here and you've taken the time to listen to us today. We'll wave you off to enjoy the rest of your day now. So thank you again and bye for now.